This interview is being conducted for the Veterans History Project for the Library of Congress. The veteran's name is Edward Long. He was born May 5th, 1927. He served in World War II during 1945, and he achieved the rank of Fireman Third Class. We are recording this on the 20th of October, 2016. I am Taryn Poole, and I am conducting this interview, no relation. So, Mr. Long, how was your life? How was growing up, and when you're growing up, how was life growing up before the military? Just
Detroit, it was fine.
okay.
You know, it was I was there the early part of the war.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going to high school, working in the machine shop.
Okay. What was your family like when you were growing up?
I had 2 brothers, no sisters. Had a mother and father.
Okay. Were your brothers, were they interested in going into the military as well at one point in their life?
No.
Okay. What was high school like? What was...
Well, you got to. A large part of my time was in high school, of course.
Mm-hmm.
When we're coming on those World War II years.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any fond memories of your childhood that you like to think back on?
Well, really, they were all fond.
Okay.
I don't have any hang-ups about it.
Okay. So, what made you decide to enter the U.S. Coast Guard?
Well, I was reaching the age and also the place in school where I'd be drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be drafted. I wanted to be able to choose the branch that I wanted.
Okay.
So I went out and I interviewed the Navy as well as the Coast Guard. I chose the Coast Guard.
Okay. What made you choose the Coast Guard?
Well, I'm not sure what made me choose it. I don't know if I had a good reason.
Okay.
To me, it beat the Army.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I just picked it.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
I had to pick one of them. I
Yes.
had to be drafted into the
Yes, you did.
Army, and I didn't want that.
Okay. So what was it like right before you had to go? Like once you committed to saying like, yes, I'm going into the U.S. Coast Guard. And what was the process like as you transitioned from civilian to the Coast Guard life?
Well, I went to boot camp,
Okay.
like every person in the naval services.
What was it like there? Did you have I don't know, some people have sort of good experiences in boot camp, others don't, but what was your experience like in boot camp?
It was fine. I didn't have any problem in boot camp.
Okay. What kind of things did you do in the Coast Guard for boot camp purposes?
Well, how do I answer that?
Because I know in the Navy they do swim tests, and they also do fitness tests every now and then, and you have to learn the history of the military. What about, I'm not sure if the Coast Guard is very similar or not.
Probably is.
Okay.
And what was your question now?
about the training in the Coast Guard?
Well, you know, I don't know if you call it boot camp training or not, but
Oh, okay.
in a sense it is.
Yes.
Anyway, I went through that.
What happened after, once you graduated from boot camp, what happened after that?
Let's see. Well, I was down in the Baltimore area, and so I went to. That's where I was stationed in Baltimore.
Yes, sir. How was Baltimore?
Fine.
Okay. Was it hard being away from family at the time?
No.
Okay. Well, did you intend, once you got in for the first time, did you intend on staying in, like, for retirement, or did you just feel like you just wanted to avoid the draft in that capacity?
I didn't want to go into the Army, and so I wanted to be able to choose the branch of service I went into.
Yes, sir.
So I interviewed the Navy and also the Coast Guard.
And how long did you stay in the U.S. Coast Guard?
I don't remember how long that was.
Okay.
It would take me into the mid-40s for sure.
Okay. And did you have to get, I know you mentioned that you were a supervisor in the machinery shop. How did you come about getting that job?
The person that had it before me was discharged because the war got over, and
Yes.
he had enough points to get out, so he got out, and it left me there to be in charge of it.
Okay. How did that go? Did you?
Well, that went fine.
Did he give you like appropriate training before he left, or did you have to kind of figure it out on your own?
Oh, I had the training to start with because I had worked in a machine shop
Okay.
as a civilian. Well, while I was going to high school.
Okay. Was it pretty similar, like the machine shop, or was it just kind of like you knew how to handle what was going on based on your prior knowledge?
Well, I knew how to operate machines like lathes and drill presses and grinding machines and so on.
Okay. What kind of machines were they in particular?
Well, for example, there were lathes, there were drill presses, there were milling machines.
Okay. How are they used in the Coast Guard to help the Coast Guard in what they were doing?
Well, if something broke down, you had to fix it.
Okay.
So we were in the boat. I was stationed in the Baltimore Navy Yard, and so if it broke down, something broke, I fixed it.
Okay. What kind of things do you remember fixing in particular?
Oh, I don't even remember. Just making parts and or installing parts.
Okay.
A ship would come in and it would have, if it, depending on this kind of service that this ship met, if part of the ship was destroyed, then you put it back together again.
Okay. Awesome. So was it just Coast Guard ships, or was it also Navy ships as well? It
would be any military ship.
Oh, okay. Did you witness any conflicts or anything like that during your time serving that related to World War II? Like any altercations between countries or in the place that you were in Baltimore? Did anything happen that was dangerous or cause for worry, rather?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. How did you stay in touch with your family while you were in Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay. Did they come to visit you at all?
My father did,
Okay.
and of course I had some leave that I was able to get home once in a while.
Okay. How did your father how did your parents feel about you deciding to join before the draft?
They were not against it. You got to remember, you have a child going into the military. They knew you wouldn't have any choice.
Yes.
'Cause if you didn't enlist somewhere, you got drafted and put somewhere.
Did you do anything in your own time while you were in Baltimore? Like whenever you weren't working, was there things that you liked to do while you were there, or friends that you had up there?
Other than chase girls, I mean. No, I didn't. No, I just, I worked pretty hard at what I was trying to, whatever I was put in charge of.
Okay. Where were you when the war actually ended? Do you remember where you may have been when the war ended?
I was probably in Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I had to be in Baltimore.
Okay. What was the atmosphere like when they said that the war was over? Like, was it relief or, still, like everybody's still kind of on edge thinking maybe something else might happen?
Well, a lot would depend on the age of the person.
Okay.
Even when the war was over, it was over. Right?
Okay.
You had to serve out your time, and either re-up or move on.
When it was time, when you were done with your time in the service, did you go right back home to Detroit, or did you decide to go do anything else before?
No.
So you went straight back home?
Right.
Okay. How did your family feel about you being back?
I think they were glad they had me back.
Were they worried about you at any time before? I mean, I understand that you went in at a young age, but did they show any worry throughout the time, or were they pretty okay with once they saw that you were safe?
Well, yeah. I think you got it right. Once they think your child is safe, then you're. Of course, at that time you're not a child anymore, but.
And was it when it was time to readjust back to civilian life? Was it hard for you to readjust back to it?
No.
Okay. Did you continue doing work in the machine shops back in Detroit, or did you take up another career?
No, I stayed. I stayed working in that same field.
No. Okay. All right. Did you stay in contact with any of the people that you met in Baltimore when you were up there? Like any military contacts or people that you met up there? Do you stay in contact with them now?
No.
Okay. So what was life like after the military? Did you, I know you later on had kids and children. So how did you meet your wife or your significant other?
Well, I met my wife in high school before I enlisted.
Okay. How did she feel about you joining before the draft?
Well, she didn't have much choice. she had to be okay with it. I mean,
Okay. What was she like?
oh, she's a very nice person.
Okay. Where did you all get married, or how did that happen?
In front of a JP, I guess.
Okay. All right. How long have y'all been married, or?
Well, she eventually passed away, so she, you know.
I'm sorry.
But we had a good marriage. There wasn't any problem with that.
Okay. So, how many children did you all have?
Let's see, Karen and Marion are the two, I had the two girls.
Okay, that's good. Did they come to see you pretty often? See how you're doing?
Whenever they could.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any grandchildren?
Yes.
Do you have any advice for younger people, probably like myself or younger than myself, that now that there isn't necessarily a draft, but would you advise them like it's a good experience to at least join and see what it's like, even if it's for one enlistment maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember where you were when Pearl Harbor was attacked?
Yeah, Pearl Harbor was attacked while I was in school in Detroit.
Okay. Is that maybe something that also prompted you, aside from avoiding the draft, is that something that you also wanted to join the military service for, just in response to that happening?
Probably.
Okay. Were you afraid at any point because of what happened in Pearl Harbor if it may happen again in another U.S. territory?
No, I wasn't afraid.
Okay. What were you thinking when Pearl Harbor was attacked? Did it change anything?
What year was that?
In 1941.
Let's see, 1941. I was born in 27, so how old would I be then now?
Around your 20s.
Yeah. My experiences in the military were excellent. It wasn't a problem.
Okay. Would you encourage your grandchildren to experience military at all? I mean, I understand I asked you earlier about just people younger, but is it something you would like to see passed on as a sort of a legacy throughout the family of just being a military family or having military experience throughout the family?
Well, I would encourage them to do that if that's what they really wanted to do.
Okay. And I remember hearing that you went to school after as well, after your military service.
Mm-hmm.
So you weren't finished with school Well, you didn't go to college before the U.S. Coast Guard?
No, I wouldn't when I had time.
Okay. What did you do? What college did you go to after you served?
I went to Wayne State University.
Okay. What were you studying during that time?
Well, let's see. Put that. Well, just pretty much a basic college education.
Okay. Were you able to gain, what kind of degree were you getting, an associate's or a bachelor's?
Yeah, your first degree is always a bachelor's degree, and
Okay.
and I got a master's degree.
Okay. What did you get your master's in?
I forget what they called that degree.
What would the subject matter? Like, what were some of the courses that you had to take? Was it business or, and did it have anything to do with your skill in machinery?
Oh, yes.
Okay. That's good. What happened after you graduated with your master's degree? How was life after that?
And just fine.
Did you remain in Detroit for the remainder of your life there?
No, I got a job in Canada.
Oh, wow.
You know,
What's wrong?
what the heck is nothing? Nothing down there, I guess. I lost my train of thought now.
Oh, you were working, you said you got a job in Canada?
Yeah. I ran a very large operation in Canada,
Okay.
and it had a U.S. counterpart,
Okay.
but I had all the Canadian operations.
Did you have to live up there in Canada?
Yes,
Did you take your family with you?
yes,
How did they like it up there?
they liked it.
Okay. How about yourself?
I liked it.
Okay. How long did you all stay up there?
Oh, quite a few years. I mean, I don't remember quite how many, but I spent a lot of years in Canada.
Okay. What was it like in Canada?
It was pretty much like it would be here.
Okay.
You know, it's a good country, and I never had any reason to question being in Canada.
Okay. What kind of work did you do up there?
There again, I ran several businesses.
Was it having to do with machinery as well?
All of them I did.
Oh, okay. So you kept it alive. That's good. Alright. Did you ever think about going back into the military? I know some people think they go back in like as officers or whatnot, just to, because I guess it's an easy transition back into it, but.
No, I wouldn't, because I think it's just because of the age factor.
Okay.
You wouldn't, that wouldn't even enter my thoughts. Because I basically went in when the war was over.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you have any other friends or family members that were also in the military around that same time or a little before you joined?
Ask me that question again.
Oh, did you have any family members or friends that were serving during the World War II era?
Certainly I had both,
Okay.
family members and friends.
Okay. What particular family members did you have? I know you said your brothers didn't serve, so was it some other family members within your family?
No.
Okay. What about friends?
Yes, I had friends I was in the service with.
Okay. Did they stay in or did they get out around the same time?
Pretty much served their time, and some of them re-upped and some didn't,
Okay.
and some stayed in the military.
Okay. Are there any things that you experienced in the military that you find yourself doing in your day-to-day? Like that you just, you're surprised that you still do that you learned in the military?
No, because I was almost entirely in a management position,
Okay.
so that didn't change, except just to manage bigger things.
Okay. Is there any other things that you probably want to talk about or share about yourself, your life, being a veteran, or whatnot? Do you attend any veteran functions, or are you a part of any military organizations after you got out?
No.
No. I know that they're having a veteran event here November 11th here at this location. Will you be attending or?
I haven't heard about that.
Okay, I just heard about it today myself.
But but I would look forward to attending anything that of interest.
Oh yes. Do you have any of did they allow you to all keep your uniforms when you left the military?
Yes.
Do you still have them?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any occasions where you want to where you choose to wear them, like to events or anything of that nature?
No, there hasn't been.
Okay. It'd be really cool to see them. Because I know that uniforms change over time. Because I know the Navy uniform has definitely changed over time. Let's see. Where do you keep most of the things you've gotten through the military? Where do you keep them? Are they here with you now?
Yes.
Okay. Your uniforms too?
Yes.
Are they in your closet or something?
Pardon?
Are they in your closet?
I don't know if they're in there or not.
Would you like me to check for you?
You can take a look and see what's in there.
See them. No, they're not. They're not. So, how did you get the statue of the sailor, the lone sailor that you have?
I bought that somewhere. I don't know how I come about that, but
Does it mean something significant to you?
well, yes, it does. I mean, it's a Navy remembrance, but I had no problem with the Navy or Coast Guard.
Okay. Do you have any advice for people that are in the military right now?
Well, just, advice that I would give anyone. I think the military's got a lot going for it. What else is going on here? The military gives you a good background and stuff, and most of it is also applicable in civilian life.
Okay. How do you feel about things that are going on now today with military and our relationships around the world?
I think they're going pretty much the way they should.
Would you ever consider visiting U.S. Coast Guard ship or our Navy ship, perhaps, just to tour it, or have you toured any naval ships or whatnot, or Coast Guard ships since you've been out?
Well, I toured a submarine.
Oh wow, I've never been in a submarine. Where was it?
Where was the submarine?
Mm-hmm.
Submarine was, trying to think where that was. Somewhere near Baltimore.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense. Could you tell me about the picture behind you, the plane?
I'm sorry.
The plane, there's a picture up here of
Oh, that's a Spitfire.
okay.
It's a World War II Spitfire.
Okay.
It was a famous plane, and
What made you, did you get it yourself or did somebody get it for you?
no, I bought that myself.
Oh, okay. What made you want to get it?
Well, I just, it's had a wonderful record,
Mm-hmm.
that Spitfire.
Okay. Have you seen any in real life?
Yes,
Oh wow. Was it Baltimore as well?
yes.
Mm-hmm. That's a really nice photo.